Hi, it's Faye from Faye's Journal Emporium. Thank you for joining me this afternoon, and I want to thank all my subscribers and thank you for watching. I have a new journal share with you today. This one has been a while in the making. It's a fairy themed journal, but it's also based on the Victorian Naturalist DigiKit by Junk with Stuff. And I saw that kit and wanted to incorporate fairies into it. And that particular digi plays really well with the watercolor wildflowers digital from My Porch Prints. So I've combined those and used a few others, and I will list all of those below the listing in on the channel, YouTube channel. So I did want to get started and show it to you. As I said, I'm excited about it. I used a Tim Holtz fabric for the cover. It has three signatures. The spine is covered with some vintage lace fabric, and it ties shut with a sari silk tie. The cover has one of my very favorite fairy photo images, and there's 3 layers of fabric behind the picture, and I don't know if you can see this. I'm going to try and get it to focus. This is a Tim Holtz word band, and it says "Use Your Wings." So I'm hoping I'm still in frame here. As I said, it ties shut with a sari silk tie closure. The measurements are 9 inches by 6 inches, 1.5 inch spine, 3 signatures, 168 pages. So I'm just going to start flipping through here, and I'm not going to mention where everything's from, because as I said, I'm going to list that at the end. But I did want to mention several things, artists who have helped me with ideas. So there's a vellum pocket here. This is some vintage tatting that I have avocado dyed. The inside fabric is avocado dyed. And the story here is that we have a lady whose name is Hyacinth Brighton, and this is Hyacinth, and she is a Victorian naturalist. You can journal on the back of that card. This came from Nick the Booksmith. And she has a daughter whose name is Daisy, and Daisy loves fairies and manages to see them everywhere. No matter where they go or what they're doing, Daisy sees the fairies. So we'll meet her in a little bit. This is a bookmark that you can use, and there's journaling space on the back of that. And then there's an envelope here with some paper. This is some avocado dyed paper. So let's get started. All of the stamping of the fairies are all from Lavinia Stamps. And all of the images also have journaling space on the back. A few sari silk ruffles. This is a flip where you could journal underneath it. This is some of the watercolor papers. Use some stenciling. This is from TaylorMade Journals, and these are some little slides that I've made using her kit. This is a dandelion that I pressed and made into a little card. There's a little charm attached to that, and there's the little fairy. Vintage book pages. A little field notes card here you can journal on, a little card you can add, and then there's a envelope here that has a little card in it. Some stenciling. Vellum. sari. Other side of that vellum piece. Some stenciling here. Add a little pocket here using one of Tracy's labels, and there's two little bug tags, because if you're a naturalist, you're studying everything in nature, not just botany or butterflies or birds, or flowers. It's the whole thing. And this is the kit from Tracy. That's the ornithology, the bird ones. Tim Holtz. And I used a vellum pocket so you could still read the information on the back. This is a flip out. This is from Carol Laws. The idea is from her. And there's a large journaling card here. Some space on the back of that. It flips out. And there's a tuck spot here. And this is something that you would have filled out on a hybrid or crossbred plant if you were going to submit your plant for the flower show. And this again is a journaling space on the back. This is from Tracy. It just tucks in here. And another one of the Lavinia stamps. Some collaging here. Stenciling. Another journaling card here. And this wonderful image of this magpie. I love it. And here we meet Daisy. And this is a graphics fairy image. And Daisy was given a gift from the fairies, and it's the power of invisibility to be seen only when you want to be seen. And I thought that was very appropriate, because what child wouldn't love to be seen when they would like to be seen and not seen at other times? So as I said, she sees fairies everywhere. Stenciling here. She saw all these fairies around the flowers. It's another little fairy here. It's using the Tim Holtz little people. And there's journaling space on the back of that. Done some stamping on that tag. Just tucks in here. There's another tuck spot here with a large journaling card. And then this image of the fairies. This is from the graphics fairy. I love that image. The little ballerina fairies at night. And here's a little fairy riding the bird. And another little fairy around the flowers. And then this is another one of those cards that lists the different things about this particular flower. And then this is a description of a plant that you would, again, add to your flower or plant if you were going to be demonstrating it, or showing it, rather. Added a little bird there. There's a little pocket here. This is a little sticker that you could use. Some washi tape. Here's another little fairy here. And then this is another idea from Carol Laws. I don't know if this whole thing is going to be in frame. Let me move this over a little bit so I can get it in frame. This is a flip out. There's a little door here with a fairy behind it. And then you've got journaling space here and journaling space here. Move that back over again. And then there's a fairy image here, and there's a little postcard with journaling space. And then this is some of those watercolor flowers. Vellum, some more stenciling. And then this is from the Chelsea graphics fairy, from the bundle about the Chelsea Flower Show. And I thought this was perfect for a backdrop. I've used the Tim Holtz paper doll here, and then she has skeleton wings, skeleton leaves for wings, and I've used, oh, I can't think of what it's called now. It's the little glitter pen to add to that. And so that's a tuck spot there. And there's another little tuck spot here with a little fairy riding a butterfly. And then this is from, again, an idea from Carol Laws. If you can see the whole thing, there's a couple of little tickets here, or tags, and then there's a fairy tag here with a little rabbit and journaling space on the back. That just tucks in there. And here's another one of the little guys from Tim Holtz. He's playing a, not quite sure what music instrument that is. And then there's music notes around him from a vintage book. And then this is a field record, and this is a slide of a fairy wing. And this is something that Daisy's mom made for her, and it's very fragile. And she found this, it was caught in a bramble bush at Harrow Hill, and her, as I said, her name is Daisy Brighton, so that's what's on the field record card. And that just clips right there. And there is journaling space on the back of the card. Here's your centerfold, a little fairy with the cricket. And then this is a little envelope, and there's paper in that. And there's some stenciling there. We added a little bird there. This is another little envelope. And that watercolor, beautiful watercolor wildflowers. And then this is from Graphics Fairy, and it's Greenhouse. And then we've got some tags here. And this is how to, the layout of different gardens. And then this is just a little pot of lavender. And then there's a pocket here. This is part of Steph's kit. And then this was an idea that I saw Jackie Chimes do, and I thought it was really, really cute. There's a little bird charm attached here, and this is one of the flower fairies. And she's got a little flowers here and a sticker and some stamping. And that just tucks in there. Some more sorry. And then this has a couple of tags in it with journaling space on the back. And then there's side tags like this with little fairies on them and journaling space on the back. And on that one also. And this again has a couple of places here for journaling, little cards. And then this is one of my favorite images also of the little fairies riding the snail. And this is a large journaling card that I made using the Tim Holtz little people and the little dog. And they're on the Lavinia stamp, the mushroom. And there's a large area to journal on the back. And this is avocado dyed paper. And then here's the little frog stamp. And there's a little fairy by her mom's microscope in the lab. And then this is, I forgot to mention that the covers of all three of the signatures, I used linen paper. It's from Red River paper, and it's got a linen texture to it, so it's sturdy and really nice. And then this is the little frog fairy that I thought was really cute from Lavinia. And this is a slide that her mom made with the bugs, and the frogs are very interested in that. And there's a little charm here. A little bird added there. And then this again is Jackie Chimes' idea that I saw her do. And there's a couple of journaling spaces here. This is another one of my favorite images. There's journaling space on the back. That's a Jessie Wilcox Smith image. And our little stamped fairies. Some stenciling there. And then this is another one of Jackie Chimes tags that she did. This is on Cotty paper. It's very sturdy. And there's the little Tim Holtz girl. She's sitting on a trunk with her little fairy wings, and this is some vintage fabric and some vintage ledger paper. And there's journaling space on the back, and there's a little label there also. Just tucks right there. And then there's a couple of journaling opportunities here. This is another one of the images I really like with the fairy riding the dragonfly. And 2 more journaling cards. And there's a little dragonfly up there. And this is another card. This idea came from Wendy, from Wendy's Journal Adventure. And there's a little butterfly tag here that comes out. And this was made on a catalog card, library catalog card. And then you've got 3 more journaling opportunities. There's a tag and another tag, and then this is an envelope. They just fit in right there. And then I added a little tag here about the ferns, and then this is actually a pressed fern from my garden, and you can see all the little spores on the back of it. And then I added the little snail. And this is another one from Tracy. It's beautiful watercolor flowers. Some stenciling. Some washi tape. And then this is another idea from, or this kit came from Tracy Fox, and I decided to, instead of gluing it together, I left a pocket here so that you could insert another journaling tag there. And then this has a little butterfly charm attached to it. It's a little specimen card. And then there's a tuck spot here, and there's a little vellum butterfly in here. And that just tucks in right there. It's more washi. Another one of the little Tim Holtz fairies, and added some washi tape. And this is our 3rd flip out. Again, there's the large tag with a little fairy on it, and journaling space on the back. And then this flips open, and there's a pocket here, if you can see that, with some goodies in it. And then there's a little tuck spot, and this is another one of my favorite. Lots of favorites, I guess, when it comes to fairies. I just think she's a beautiful little fairy with a little mouse comforting him. And then there's another little pocket here with a couple of little journaling opportunities. There's a little envelope and a little tag. Some more sorry. There's a little tuck spot here with a couple of journaling cards. And there's a little butterfly there. Some more stenciling, if you can see that. Then here's our last little stamp, fairy stamp. And then this back, again, is the little vellum pocket, and I've added the Daisy Fairy. It's a large postcard and from Cicely Barker in honor of Daisy. And then this is an envelope with some paper in it. I think this one has the tea stain. The other one has the avocado dyed. And then there's some little tickets in here that you could add to your journal. So that's her. That's the back of the journal. I hope you enjoyed it. I certainly had a great time making it. I did want to mention this will probably be the last fairy journal I do for a while. I'm going to be taking a break from journal making and do some other things and crafting that I have wanted to do for a while. So it'll be a while before I get back to you. But in the meantime, I hope everybody's fine, and I hope you enjoyed the journal. And thank you so very much for watching. It will be available in my Etsy shop.